Joining us now to discuss all this, Laura Barón-Lopez, national political reporter for Politico, and Shan Wu, former federal prosecutor.
Good morning, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Shan, let me just begin with you, because building on the reporting that Lauren just gave us, another Republican senator from Missouri, Roy Blunt, here's what he said in terms of any effort to dismiss this trial before it really even begins. Quote, "I think I'm safe in saying there is almost no interest in a motion to dismiss. Certainly, there are not 51 votes for a motion to dismiss." You think Republican senators potentially, in politically dicey re-election zones are wrong to think that they need at least the optics of a full airing of a fair trial here? Why?
I actually think they're wrong because the base that they're concerned with is not going to care whether it's a motion to dismiss some legal term or a trial which may not have any witnesses. They just care that the president's going to be acquitted. So I think actually their idea that they need to appear fair by having a full hearing is misplaced. I mean, they are much better off getting through it as fast as possible. I mean, McConnell has the right strategy, even though I don't really agree with the outcome.
Okay, it does look like, though, Laura, that that's not going to happen. Simply they don't have the votes there. But this question of witnesses, and it's interesting, and it's a reminder that in this whole process, never forget there could be surprises, because it was only a few days ago when the talk on the Hill was there just aren't the votes there for witnesses. But now you have public comments from sitting Republican senators saying they would go there. Mm-hmm. As you look at this, is that becoming a probability now as opposed to a possibility, hearing from witnesses?
Well, as Lauren said, I think that we can expect a vote on the witnesses, and when that vote finally comes, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is going to be happy about that, because it allows Democrats to place pressure on those vulnerable Republicans. And whether or not Susan Collins is sure what the best route is for her, she's clearly facing pressure back in her state of Maine. She made comment to Politico just a few days ago, very aware of the fact that Democrats are spending a big amount in her state to try to flip that state. So a number of these Republicans are feeling intense pressure, especially adding to that the fact that Bolton said that he's willing to come up if they subpoena him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. Shan, John Cornyn, influential Republican senator, really does not want the White House to use members of the House to be on their defense team in this trial. He said, quote, "Let's not infect the Senate trial with the circus-like atmosphere of the House." Is that wise counsel?
I think that is wise counsel. I don't think that they're going to make the best impression substantively if they just have people basically throwing bombs on the floor. And what they want to do is get some lawyers in there, or the equivalent of the House managers, the defense team, who can really kind of cut through that circus atmosphere and get to the substantive legal defenses. There are ways of looking at the elements of the impeachment articles and trying to put on the substantive defense. And as long as they do that, they know they have the votes to win. So they would be better off making some substantive arguments rather than just contributing to this extremely partisan atmosphere.
Laura, on the question of witnesses, Mitch McConnell has warned both his Republicans and I think Democratic colleagues of mutually assured destruction on the question of witnesses that say, okay, say you have the votes and you do call a John Bolton, which could potentially be damaging the president. Don't forget, you might also have a demand to call in Hunter Biden, of course, which would not be great for Joe Biden, who might be the president's opponent in 2020. How would that work exactly? I mean, would it be a complete witness list that senators would vote on, or would they vote on witnesses one by one, or have to negotiate prior to the vote?
Well, those are the details that we're still waiting to hear from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. We're not exactly sure how these votes will be taken. I wouldn't be surprised if they were taken one by one. And again, not only McConnell, but of course Senator Rand Paul, a fierce defender of the president, has said that yes, he definitely would love to take a vote on bringing Hunter Biden forward if additional witnesses are added.
All right.
We'll have you guys back. Thank you very, very much. Laura, Shan, appreciate it.